for data center expansion, they will use 30% of the grid by the end of the decade. This is incompatible with climate action. All the talk in there about sustainability is nothing but greenwashing. Under the government's enterprise strategy, data centres are allowed a quick pass in planning. Just like our corporate tax rate, this stems from their extremist neoliberal ideology of attracting big business regardless of the cost, bringing corporations in, giving them our land and labour and free access to our grid and resources so that we might feed off any scraps that they leave behind. We will hear a lot of talk in there about sustainable data centres and renewable power. Remember that every solar panel powering a data centre could be heating someone's house. Every windmill could be powering public transport. Instead, what will they be doing? Hoarding personal data so that tech corporations manipulate us into buying more products and making them more profit. How is this of any benefit to our society? We hear the same double think today and there that we hear from the government when bills are brought to the Dáil with extremely modest proposals such as don't build any more data centres until we have a clue how to power them. This double think is that we can transition away from fossil fuels while massively increasing demand for energy. Reducing demand is an integral and obvious part of this shift. This is why we need homes to be retrofitted and made more efficient. This work will be rendered useless if we continue to allow data centres to expand. EirGrid and the Commission for Regulation of Utilities are currently looking at keeping gas and oil burning electricity generators in operation after their planned closing dates. There are plans for standalone gas burning generators solely for data centres, and they were talking about that in there today. The CEO of EirGrid said gas is here to stay, and the idea that gas is part of a transition away from fossil fuels is insane. These are clearly steps in the wrong direction, and clear signs that we will not meet any of our emissions targets if these guys keep expanding data centres. If we reach 2030 and have completely phased out fossil fuels and are living in a carbon negative, more just society, then let them build all the data centres they want. Until then, stop putting profit ahead of our survival. There's no data on a dead planet.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
System change.
Not climate change.
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 If anyone else wants to speak, feel free.
Build houses, not data centers.
Which?
Build houses, not data centers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
System change.
Not climate change.
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 System
Not
change.
climate change.
System
Not
change.
climate change.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
System change.
Not climate change.
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 I think it's worth repeating what they said there about what they heard inside in the conference there. The CEO of EirGrid saying that gas is here to stay. Because of the proliferation of data centres in Ireland, we already have 70 of them. They already use 12% of all electricity. That's set to rise to 30% by 2030, possibly even higher if they are allowed to build everything that they want to build. This is completely unsustainable, and all the nonsense inside there about sustainability is nothing more than greenwashing. We're in a position now where families might be facing blackouts in the winter because of the pressure being put on the grid. Ordinary families are also facing massive rises in energy price hikes, electricity, gas, bills rising up by up to €500 this month or this winter. People are being put to the pin of their collar, and at the same time, our government and our state is rolling out the red carpet for more corporations, more data centres, to basically hoard data and to profit off it. So it's time to take a stand. It's time to put a stop to it. It's time to say we shouldn't let these data centres gobble up every single bit of renewable energy that's going to be produced in this state between, over the next 10 years or so. For every, as somebody else just said there, for every data centre that's being powered by solar energy or wind energy, that could be a home. That could be energy prices being brought down for somebody. That could be a dent into our emission targets, which we're going to miss by a country mile. We've just come out of COP26. We saw, which was an exercise really in theatre by the world's leaders. Nothing more than greenwashing and theatre when they come up with completely inadequate plans, which they won't achieve anyway. Completely inadequate targets. Even what they're planning for is global warming of 2.5 degrees Celsius. That puts us over the edge in terms of runaway climate change. It means hundreds of millions of people being displaced. It means large parts of the world becoming unlivable. And this is what our world leaders have basically signed us up to at COP26. And then they come home and they carry on with the same kind of business as usual policies, putting the burden of the climate crisis onto workers, onto people who are already struggling, people who can't pay bills in the winter, and then trying to individualise the problem, telling us that we need to just we all need to basically tighten our belts while corporations run rampant, profiteering, using up all our energy, and creating an unprecedented global emergency. So data centres no more. Hand over to Breed Smith here. Going to say a few words.
System change. Not climate change. System change.
Not climate change.
System change!
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 Not climate change.
We're not being greeted here by the data centre industry, and no doubt the fossil fuel industry have all come out to look at us to see what it is we have to say. We have one thing to say. We cannot meet our emission reduction targets if we agree to allow the proliferation of data centres in this country. They already consume 11 to 12% of our national grid, and we're looking down the barrel of a gun of blackouts this winter. And if ordinary people suffer from blackouts to their homes, to their heating systems, we will be blaming the data centre industry and our government for allowing it to proliferate. It's out of control, it's unfair to people, and it isn't sustainable. And that word sustainability has to be at the tip of all our tongues. We're looking at a climate catastrophe, and sustainability is the only way to go. Any more data centres in Ireland is unsustainable, and we are going to be protesting here and everywhere and in the future to get the message across. enjoy and be ensured that they have affordable energy and that it will continue to flow into their homes, their hospitals and their schools. We could be facing blackouts this winter and that's coming from the head of EirGrid, not from us. So data centres no more. Enough is enough. System change.
Not climate change.
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 1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Data centers no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Action now or it's too late.
System
Not
change.
climate change.
System
Not
change.
climate change.
System
Not
change.
climate change.
System change.
Not climate change.
System change.
Not climate change.
System
Not
change.
climate change.
System change.
Not climate change.
System
Not
change.
climate change.
System change.
Not 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 climate change.